Hi, okay, and welcome to your macrame kit. I'll just talk you through how you make it into a macrame hanger. Now it's quite a rushed video and you might need to look at other videos. I have two others which are a little bit slower, but it's mainly aimed at people who have done a little bit of macrame before. So first things first is you have your wooden loop, and you need to attach that somewhere in your house. And then you need to pass all 6 of the long strands through the wooden hoop and then find the midway point. You'll find a few of the lengths are slightly different. It's totally fine, just as long as they're about halfway. Okay, and then you're going to do a gathering knot. Now I'm going to do mine in yellow just so it's nice and easy to see what I'm doing. So you make a little U shape here, okay, so just with the end, and you just loop it round. I hold it with my left thumb, I find easiest, and then I start spinning it round the body of all the threads, like so, and the amount of thread you've got should mean that you should be able to wrap it round 6 or 7 times. So you're making this little effect here, so it's one knot after the other, one wrap after the other, okay, so just keep going. I just realised it matches my dress, how convenient. There we go. And then, when you can't really do any more, just got a little bit left, then you just pass it through the loop there at the bottom, and then you take this one and you pull it up. Alright, it should be really tight, it should be quite stiff, and then you just take some scissors and you snip off top, and you snip off the bottom. They might look a little bit ugly, so all you need to do is just stab them back inside so they're hidden away. And then we're ready to start. Okay, so I'll quickly go through a square knot with my thick coloured threads, because often it's a little bit easier to see on these. So you take 4 at a time, so you'd be grabbing 4 that are close to each other on this one, and then you do the left hand strand, you make like a number 4, the right hand strand is coming over the arm of that strand, so these 2 in the middle do nothing, and then you pick it up and pull that one through the centre, like so. Alright, so you're going to be doing that 3 times. You're going to be doing it with those 4, the next 4 and the next 4. So let me just do it on one so I can show you. Okay, so that's currently half a square knot, and I've left about 1 centimetre or 2 here. You don't want to put it right at the top, otherwise it doesn't look so good. So the next part of it is the other way round. So you do a backwards number 4, and then this time the left hand strand is going over the top, and you push that one up and through the centre of the 4, and that as a pair is your square knot completed. So I'll just do that on the real one. So do a backwards number 4 over the top of the arm of the 4, pick him up and pull him through. So now, design wise, you've got a few options. So you could stagger some knots with some negative space in between, or if you can just about see this one because it's in navy, but you could do a whole block of square knots, one after the other, whatever you fancy, and then here they've staggered them out. If you want to apply a bead at any point, all you do is you take the 2 middle strands, put them together, you then feed them through the bead. You may need something like a scissor or a pen or a pencil to push it through. Pull that through, and then you just carry on as if it hadn't really happened. It just kind of just goes on top of it like that. There's half a square knot. It's the second part of the square knot. So they look quite nice, quite effective. They're quite useful if you're having a bit of a problem and you want a really long plant hanger, and obviously these 2 outer threads work really hard whilst they don't do much, is sometimes when I do the bead I do a little bit of a sneaky switcheroo. So those 2, the outer ones, go into the bead, and then those 2 become the working threads from now on. That's my top tip there for saving you a bit of length. If you find a little bit further down, but the lengths are uneven. And then just a quick reminder on 2 more things. One is how to do the DNA spiral kind of looking thing. All you do for that one is you just do the 1 knot that is your favourite. I like the correct side 4, and I just do it over and over again. To do a full spiral, so it comes back to the front, I do about 6 or 7, it depends on my tension, and I find that, look, you see it's starting to kick out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just be careful that you just keep the tension the same. You shouldn't really be able to see any air through any of the spaces, any gaps. And there you have a little twist. So again, maybe a couple more and I will be back to the front, which is nice. And then just a little reminder about the final stage. So when you get to the bottom and you're ready to do your web, all you do, so you'd finish all the 3 strands, and then you would take 2 from one side and 2 from another, and you would square knot those, so do one of those knots by here. You'd then take 2 from this one and 2 from the neighbouring one next to it and do a square knot, and then exactly the same with the 4 remainder ones. So then you'd have 3 square knots here, and then you take them back to their original set, so that would be about here, okay? And then the next set, where you take 2 from the right, 2 from the left, is about the length of the pot, would be a perfect amount to plan your design. So you're just taking 2 from the right, 2 from the left, adding a square knot, and doing that 3 times. And then that second piece of thread that I've given you, you just do a gathering knot here. Now if you've had a problem and you've got a short piece, this is perfect. If you can just make it long enough that it'll be stuck inside there, that's totally fine, because it doesn't really matter if you end up just having 10 or 11 strands coming out of here. There probably is one hidden away in here. As long as it gets locked in there, it'll be nice and strong for the plant. You can't have it stop earlier. And then you just cut off the excess thread, and hopefully you can find some other use for those, some other crafty project. But that's it, that's the contents of your kit. So hopefully you'll be able to turn that into a beautiful plant hanger. Any questions, let me know. And like I said, there is also 2 longer videos on my tutorials page on my website. Good luck.